Hey, what's going on, guys? Welcome back. We are at day number 11. I know this is a crazy looking map here, nothing too fantastic about it, but let me show you exactly where we are. So I stopped by earlier today and here I took a picture. So let me just point you in the kind of the general area where I was when I took the picture. So I'm somewhere around here when I took this picture and I'm looking out this way toward the property itself. Okay, so as you can see, we have these forms already in. These forms are going to be for the concrete. That's what these things are here. Again, this is day number 11. We had a few things that we had to get done. One of the major things that we had to wait for was going to be the compaction testing. The compaction testing just basically tests, how much water, how much, compaction is going to be in the property itself. If there's a lot of moisture, how much, dryness or whatever is going to be in the property itself. Hang on a second. This is the report that we got from the engineer. I don't. I'm going to be honest with you guys. I don't really know a lot about the compaction test, but you want someone in your corner. Like imagine going to a salesperson and you're going to buy a pair of shoes or something like that, and they're going to sell you a pair of basketball shoes just because you like the way they look, but you're looking for some running shoes. That doesn't make a whole lot of sense, right? It's not a good salesperson that's going to be okay with just letting you get a pair of basketball shoes when you went there to get some running shoes. So the same thing applies here to when it comes to some of this stuff. There's plenty of companies out there that'll do compaction tests, and I know we talked about this a little bit, Curtis, man, but you have to. I think that just all of us, we have to communicate with these people like, hey, look, here's the end goal that we're trying to accomplish. We don't have a whole lot of experience in this particular department. I'm going to need some of your guidance and direction to make sure that I get to the end zone. I want to pass this test without having to retake it. So, what's that going to take? So, I explained that to this guy. I said, hey, come on out. So, what he did is he came out before we actually even finished the entire thing. And he's like, okay, look, there's a couple of spots here that I think would probably fail once we do it. So, make sure that your guy gets out there and does this, and that. And all it was really was like there's a couple of spots that the dirt wasn't as compact as it probably should have been. And so, he just gave us a heads up, right? Which is exactly what we want. We want a heads up from some of these guys who are, professionals in the industry who are going to be able to, get us to the end zone. And we need this stamp. We need this paperwork so we can continue with the city. So I encourage you guys that, whenever you're dealing with some of this stuff, man, whether it's a framer, sheetrock, or even a siding guys, like, hey, ask them questions like, hey, I don't have a whole lot of experience with this stuff. I'm going to need a little bit of your guidance here to kind of help me, direct me in some of this stuff. So real basic. Now, we are not looking at this project over here. This is a completely different duplex that's being built as well. But right now we're on day number 11 of this one here, which is just the forms for the slab that have been put up. Now here's the tricky part where I was just telling you guys, we were talking to those guys here and I showed them, and I'm reiterating this to the nth degree because it's important for everyone to understand, including myself and the guys that are on the ground. We don't have a lot of room for error. Okay, from the property boundary line to here to where this begins, we have 5 feet exactly. And then from here to the front of the lot, we have 25 feet exactly. And then from the property boundary line here to this area, we have 15 feet exactly. And this is one of the things that I had to communicate to the guys who were putting up the forms today. I'm like, look, man, we do not have even a single inch for error. Now, that was one of the things that we can do. One of the other things that you can do is have the survey company come out and specifically mark where those corners are going to be, so it makes it easier, so you don't have any room for error as well. That costs money, an extra $150 for 1 hour, maybe $200, but that's just part of doing business as well. Again, a professional in the industry to help you not make mistakes, right? You have a survey company who's going to come out and just tell them, hey, first time I'm doing this. This is a really tight lot. I don't want to make any mistakes. Can you please come out and mark it for me or help guide me so that we don't have a problem later and then, we accidentally built into the building setbacks, because then that would be a huge problem, right? All right. So the other major thing that happened today, and I went out there this afternoon. It was probably like 5:30 or 6. Wasn't completely done, but they were getting after it still. They had been out there the entire day, and they're backfilling the area. As you can see, this gentleman here in the background is refilling. He's got some concrete stuff that he's doing there. This guy's putting all this dirt back in. They're not even done here. They still have to tee up with another pipe so that we can access, is going to be the clean out for the city, and then we can connect this direction for one of the duplexes and then that direction for the other one. We had to get rid of that massive tree that was there because these roots were just going to be impeding, and it proved to be good to that we got that taken care of. So look at this, man, and you'll be able to see it here in a second. But there's still massive roots inside of all this dirt. Look at that. You can see it right there. Massive roots that are still in there. So anyway, we're just happy we got this stuff done. It cost 4,200 bucks, but that's part of the permitting portion. The city is going to coordinate all this stuff. They're going to make sure that we have access to wastewater, we have access to clean water, and then they just bill us for it. We're kind of fortunate in this particular instance that we have two lots that we're building on. We're building a set of duplexes over here at 401 MLK. And then we're building a set of duplexes over here at 403. So because of that, we're going to be able to split the money 50-50 per side, so that way it's not a big bump or a big hit just on any one particular lot. Does that make sense? So anyways, I'm super excited about all these updates. We're at day number 11 for this 401 MLK property. We have the plumber that's going to be going out there to do the plumbing ground, and then after that we have the cables that are going to be coming, and we're going to get that stuff ordered and taken care of. All right, guys, I'll be making more updates, and I will talk to you guys soon.